What is this device? Well, it's called Steam Link, and it's a streaming device where you can play Steam games that are being run on your PC over your LAN to this device. Basically, it's a little streaming console and has an HDMI output for your TV, as well as USB ports for controllers or other peripherals you need. But I'm not really interested in what it does. I'm more interested in what it's inside. So let's take a look at it. How was I able to buy this for $2.99? Either they're making 100 million of them, which they're probably not, or it's an incentive to buy more games, which I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I was never going to use this. I just want to see what was inside. All right, here we have the Steam Link. On the bottom, you see this rubber base. It's a nice little feature so it doesn't slide around. I don't see any screws on it, so that means the screws have to be underneath there. I'm going to peel the bottom off and we're going to open it up and see what's inside. All right, let's see if I can do it with one hand. Yeah, it's pretty difficult, but there you go. You have a Torx screw. Yeah, it's probably going to be 4 of them. 1, 2, 3. It's pretty tough to do with one hand. I'm making a mess. Yeah, it's not fun unless you do that though, right? Something for your wife to get mad at. Okay, here we go. 4 screws. Let's take them out. All right, screws are out. Kind of excited to see what's inside. All right. Let me guess. I'm not going to be able to do this with one hand. Let's see. There'll be nothing left inside if I don't be more careful. All right. I'm going to open it up. Yeah, I'm going to have to use 2 hands. Sorry, guys. I know that's the best part. Let's be right back. All right, they actually had tabs that you had to pop out, so that's impressive. This thing's built pretty well, actually. All right, let's lift her up first time. Okay. TE. Interesting. TE made the can. I can already see right here that is a resettable fuse. I've never seen that through an Ethernet port before. Check this out. On the top cover, they actually had to remove some material so that this shield would fit in properly. That's pretty funny. Lots of test points on here. Interesting. They must do a burn-in test or something. Revision A. Really? Holy shit. They designed something this complex in one spin. That's impressive. Oh. What do we have here? You see that? You see what I'm seeing? J5 and J18. Those look like antenna connections. They're coaxial connectors. I think they're U.FL. So maybe, just in case the onboard integrated antenna didn't work. Oh, another one right here. J4. Maybe if the onboard antenna didn't work, that was a second option. I don't know. Or maybe there's going to be another release. Maybe this doesn't have Wi-Fi. I was ignorant. I didn't actually look into any of the specs or anything. I just bought it because it was $3. All right, let's go further. All right, so this is probably a microcontroller, I'm assuming. It has an oscillator right there, Y5. Let's see. Oh, there's another one. There's another coax connector. Interesting. This right here, U46, looks like some kind of protection device or regulator. I don't see any big inductors around there, so I'm not sure if it's a switching regulator. There's some inductors there. That's got to be a switching controller. And it looks like, oh, Q22. It looks like it's actually a non-monolithic controller. Or, sorry, it's not a switch mode regulator, it's a switch mode controller because it has an external FET. All right. J2. That looks like a surface mount connector, maybe for testing purposes. I can't quite tell. No, I don't think it was desoldered. I think that's just residue from the soldering. All right. Right here, U11. Maybe some more power stuff. No, doesn't look like power. You see those two little... Let's see. Got my tweezers. You see these two little components? Those look like termination resistors of some sort. Or, no, they're actually DC blocking capacitors for those two signal traces going in. So we'll look that up. We'll look up all the stuff that I can find, but we'll do that after so we don't waste time. Right here, that is definitely a switch mode controller. Right there, you get an impedance matching network or filter. You see C356, R490, C357, and L51. That is that's a pi. It's a pi filter. That's very common for matching traces to antennas. Fiducial marks. Let's see. It's 1, 2, 3. 3 fiducials. But what you guys are probably more interested in is lifting this can up. Ah ha ha. Wonderful. So there is DDR memory, most likely DDR3 or 4. This right there, that looks like the main microcontroller, the main processor. It has an oscillator right there. It has, interesting. Yeah, it's pretty standard stuff. Down here, that looks like SRAM potentially. So that's to store. That's a non-volatile memory. This is volatile. That's your RAM that you're used to hearing about. All right. So you can actually see a lot of these traces coming in go through this device U31, U33, U47. I wonder if those are balance. So this device right here, let's flip it around. This device right here must have the networking interface. Now, okay, we're gonna have to look at the other side to see where this Ethernet port actually goes. Well, no shit. Look at this big block of metal. That's crazy stuff. I haven't taken it off yet, but there's probably the actual main processor underneath there. That the other device on the other side is probably just the networking interface. And guess what we have over here? Chip antennas. Those are the antennas, maybe for each band. One's 5 for the 5 gigahertz, one's for the 2.4 gigahertz, maybe. Nice. Looks like they have protection devices, and these are some ferrite bead networks. Those are to filter the differential pairs to the HDMI. These are differential pairs, 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. They call this an antenna. Really? Oh, that guy down there. I've never seen something like that before. It looks like that's awesome. Do you see what this grid is? I've never seen something like it. I have a feeling that's so they can have any combination of passive components in a network. That's really cool. So maybe I do believe this is revision A. They have everything here just in case something didn't work. Okay, so here's the power jack. I guess that's the main switch mode controller. Oh, can sliding off. There's a big inductor. That's exactly what you would see for the main buck. Or boost. It's probably buck though. Wow. This is a cool design. Alright, I'm going to pop the hood. Alright, let's take it off. Alright. So here's the big block here. D1, I don't know what that is. Another TE can. Some thermal compound. This thing's really light without that block. That's funny. Ah. Slot. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. But yeah, another antenna right here. Here's the optional matching network, or whatever they're using that for. Oh, EM1. Those look like common mode chokes for the differential lines on the USB. So these are USB 2. There is no USB 3 on this design. So I guess they don't expect people to use fast external hard drives, anything like that. It's just for peripherals. That kind of makes sense. I'm telling you, to design and build this, even if you make 1,000 of them, there's no way in hell that you're going to be making it for $2.99. It's just not possible. Either you would, like I said before, either you would have to make multiple millions of these things, or, well, even then, they would have no budget. Even making 1 million of these things would probably still cost $1 or $2. That's not much of a profit margin. So I'm impressed. Now we have one more can to pop off right here. I have a feeling there's going to be some cool stuff in there. So let's take a look. Ta-da! Interesting. They're actually using the can to transfer the heat. This is shitty thin aluminum, but I guess the transfer is good enough. So they have this thermal pad right here that connects to this processor, goes through the can, through another thermal pad to this big ass block. Any mechanical engineers might be able to explain if that's good or not. I don't quite know. All right, here's the main processor. I don't know what it is, but it's a chip on board. Some more devices. Lots of inductors. Pretty large inductors for this. SMSC. I'm pretty sure that's an Ethernet. Oh yeah, right there. 24 megahertz oscillator, and it looks like it has a differential output. You see across R476, there's 2 traces coming out. So it may be an LVDS clock, and then the LVDS clock goes into a PLL and communicates this. Oh no, I'm completely wrong. This is a USB controller probably. Yeah, I think I'm completely wrong. That looks like another power device. Now this thing, let's rub the stuff off and see what the number is. It's a Marvel device. DE3005-A1. I don't even know what that is. So we're going to have to pull it up later. Lots of traces coming in and out of this device. Obviously is the main processor. Another fiducial under there. Yeah. Guess that's about it. If you see anything that I didn't mention, put it in the comments and let us know. What do you think about this device? I can't say how well it works because I haven't turned it on yet. Oh, there's a lot of via stitching everywhere. You see that? A nice low impedance ground. I don't think I'm going to be able to focus like this. Looks like regular FR4. I don't know how many layers this is. My guess is it's probably between 6 and 10. If it was 4, that'd be pretty impressive to meet the EMI requirements. Well, maybe that's why they put the cans. Cool. All right. So this was, what the hell is this thing called again? It's called the Steam Link. Cool, guys. All right. Thanks for watching. See ya. All right. There's one more thing before I go. I had to mention. Let's assemble this thing. See how good the assembly is. So I'm thinking you take the thermal block, and Put it right on. Oh, very nice. This is actually great. I love this. You see these keys? These keys go onto the plastic bosses. Oh, this is great. It doesn't even slide around at all. Next, the board drops in, and then you see these screw holes have extra solder deposited on it to get a good electrical and thermal connection. Then I have to put the next can on. That obviously already be done. All right, that's good. Then this guy goes right on, snaps on, put the screws in. I look ridiculous. I'm trying to use my left hand while looking through the phone, but very cool. Nice assembly procedure.